Good afternoon. I'm Katelyn Mattson, and this is the Green Room. Bradley Baker joins me. He is one of the co-founders of Music on Site, which is an opera company here in Kansas, but a traveling opera company, actually, bringing not one, not two, but sometimes three pieces to Central Kansas, traveling around the area every December. Hello, Bradley. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so glad you're here. I'm
Me too.
glad that Music on Site returns to Kansas every year, and this is what year is this? When did you find your company? When did you start doing this?
This is our fourth season.
Your fourth season, and your offerings this year, in addition to A Mall in the Night visitors, which, given the proximity to Christmas, is that always a part of your season?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, and it's a very important part of our season because it's such a great story, and it just works so well at this time of year, and it's so popular. So we love them all in the night visitors.
Me too. We'll listen to part of it here in a little bit. But what else are you going to be performing?
Sure. So we have Suora Angelica, which is going to be performed in Marion, Kansas. That's just north of Wichita, of course, on December 15th. And then Così fan tutte is going to be performed in McPherson at Central Christian College. And Bizet's Carmen is going to be in Wichita. This is December 16 through 18 at Sebitz Auditorium. And then, of course, we do an evening of the greatest hits of opera, essentially, the Opera Scenes Showcase, which is at Larksfield Place on December 14th. And then we have four different public performances of them all in the night visitors.
And where are those performances? The Amal.
Amal is at December 15th is at the McPherson Opera House in McPherson.
Mhm.
December 17th is Whitestone Mennonite Church in Heston.
Mm.
December 18th at 2 o'clock is Pleasant Valley United Methodist Church in Wichita. And the same day, December 18th at 7 o'clock is at Westwood Presbyterian in Wichita.
This is an amazing feat. And what I love about it, I love that you were a resident of Kansas for quite some time. You were on faculty at Tabor College, correct?
Correct. Yes.
And then you moved out of state, but you
Yes.
still come back.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we love Kansas, and our hearts, even though we don't live there anymore, we still have a house there, but we don't live there. Our jobs took us away, but our hearts stay in Kansas, and we love coming back every winter. We live in Texas now, and so it's our chance to get some snow, maybe. We'll see.
Well, we'll see what we can do for you. Now, you're saying we an hour, so I
Yes.
need to mention your lovely wife, Jen, Jen Stevenson Baker, your co-founder for Music on Site and your
Yes.
partner in all things musical as well as life.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we co-founded the company in I guess 2016 together, and haven't looked back yet.
And talk to us a bit about the singers. Are these all singers who live right here in Kansas? Do you bring in performers? Tell us a bit about the audition process and those going to one of your performances. What should they expect as far as the level of singing?
Sure. Well, so we have a wide range of singing levels, and they come from all over the U.S. Some do come from Kansas. We have a dozen or so this year from Kansas, and quite a few from the Wichita area itself. But they come from all over. We had 100. We have 130 artists coming in this time around, ranging from students who are just beginning their lives as an opera young artist, and so these are students who are juniors and seniors, maybe in college, all the way up to singers who have sung at the Metropolitan Opera. So very wide range of abilities, but regardless, when they come to the shows, they will have great storytelling. The singing will be beautiful, and they will leave feeling enriched by the work that the singers are doing. And the great thing is that all of our performances are free and open to the public, because we want to make sure that people have the opportunity to come to the opera. Very often opera is expensive, as you know, so that is part of the reason why we have free performances, so that people who maybe wouldn't go because of the price can go and try something that's new, or go just as an easy date. Have some dinner beforehand and come to the opera.
See, now I like this angle. This is how you need to market it. Are you looking for a cheap date to take somebody to? You have to take them to the opera. It's going to be more affordable than ever with music on site, providing free
Exactly.
opera to Central Kansas. Take your woman out on a date. It's free. She doesn't need to know it's free.
Right, that's exactly right.
All
The
right, we'll
quality
be.
will not be free. The quality will not be free level, but the price tag will be.
I think that's pretty amazing that you're able to do that. So your singers all coming in, the ones coming in from out of state. You gave me a shocking number, 130 vocalists involved in
Yes.
music on site this season. The ones coming in from out of town, do they have homestays? Are they in charge of getting their own housing? Um, Thinking about just the expense with 130 singers.
Yes.
How do you coordinate all that?
Yeah, it's challenging because of course there are a lot of moving parts, and we're incredibly grateful to Friends University who hosts us every year, and they just open their doors and allow us to use essentially every space that they have available to make rehearsals work. And the singers come in, and many of them know one another because, as you know, the opera world is very small,
Yeah.
and so they end up rooming together, finding places that are affordable in Wichita, and so they come in and room together and share Airbnbs and other short-term rentals. And so actually the great thing for Wichita area is that from an economic perspective, you have so many, new members to Wichita coming and spending some money in Wichita and spending some time in Wichita and realizing, wow, like Kansas is amazing. And we go out to,
Yes, it is.
areas around the rich metropolitan area and let them know about Marion and McPherson and, Heston and all the great smaller communities outside the rich Wichita metropolitan area. So we're really excited to always introduce these great artists to the riches that Kansas has in many ways.
We're going to hear a little bit of a Mall in the Night Visitors. This is the Have You Seen a Child? It is a quartet between the three kings and the mother, Amal's mother. We'll listen to a little bit of a Mall in the Night Visitors and come back and talk a little bit more about this season with Music on Site and their co-founder, Bradley Baker. An excerpt from A Mall the Night Visitors by Giancarlo Menotti, which is one of the offerings Music on Site is bringing to Central Kansas here in another week or so. And I have one of their co-founders, Bradley Baker, joining me in the green room. Hello, Bradley. I would like to touch upon the singers you're bringing in again. We are speaking about all of these singers, 130 vocalists descending upon Central Kansas for these performances for Music on Site. You are performing Suor Angelica by Puccini, Così fan tutte by Mozart, Carmen by Bizet. You have a Mall in the Night Visitors by Menotti, and then also kind of a night of arias and ensembles, the greatest hits is what you're calling it.
Yes.
All of this coming to Central Kansas, all of these singers coming. Uh, and I'm very curious about the singers who come. Are these singers who have perhaps sung these roles dozens of times? Or are these singers who are trying to seek out an opportunity to maybe polish a role for the very first time?
Many of the singers are doing the latter. Some of them, like one of our Don Jose's, this is actually his 10th Don Jose of the year. His post on Facebook was essentially that the year is not over, and so therefore I have another Don Jose. So he has sung the role many a time. However, there are other performers who are taking advantage of a short rehearsal period and getting a new role under their belt. And so, this is a great opportunity for them to learn a new role, get it under their belt,
Yeah.
and then go out and do it again at another company in the future. Because opera is an industry that a lot of times, if you haven't sung the role, it's hard to get cast in the role. It's
It
sort of like
is.
working, if you don't have a job, it's hard to get a job.
And it's
You know,
pricey to hire a private coach
yes,
to help you learn the role. And
yes,
here at Music on Site, you and Jen are there with them, helping them prepare. Um, a new role that they then get to perform and have on their resume, and it can only help in the future for their
Absolutely.
career.
Well, and we have, I mean, it truly takes a village. I mean, we have, there are 14 of us on music staff this year, and some incredible pianist coaches and conductors who are coming in who will also help with that process and help the whole thing happen. It could not be done without without them, certainly.
Tell us one more time what the operas are and the dates and the locations.
Of course. So starting on December 14th at 7 o'clock is the Opera Scenes Showcase. This is at 7 o'clock at Larksfield Place in Wichita. Amal and the Night Visitors is December 15 at 7 o'clock at McPherson Opera House in McPherson. December 17 at 2 o'clock at Whitestone Mennonite Church in Heston. December 18 at 2 o'clock at Pleasant Valley United Methodist Church in Wichita, and December 18 at 7 o'clock at Westwood Presbyterian in Wichita. We have Puccini's Suor Angelica, December 15th at 7 o'clock in Marion, Kansas. That's at their Performing Arts Center. It's a beautiful Performing Arts Center. If you've not been there, it's fantastic. Mozart's Così fan tutte is at Greer Auditorium at Central Christian College on December 16 and 17 at 7 o'clock. And then Bizet's Carmen, December 16 through 18 at 7 o'clock at Sebets Auditorium on the campus of Friends University.
What an undertaking.
Yes.
Yes, and you're currently on faculty of a university in Texas, and you said that it's is it jury week, jury day?
Today is my last jury day. Yes, we have 2 days of juries, and so this is their end of semester performances for the music students, and today is the final day. So
you're tired,
I'm tired and about to be more tired, but that's okay. It's
but
fun.
it's like it's just the most satisfied kind of tired you can be,
Correct.
just doing what you love.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you and to Jen, your lovely wife, the two of you, for finding music on site and bringing it year after year to Central Kansas. So the easiest way to get information about what's happening, do you have a website or is social media the best? Where do we go to find these performances and get more information?
Sure. So social media is great. We have a great Facebook and Instagram. It's just Music on Site. That's SITE. You can find us on social media. Our website is www.musiconsite.org. Again, SITE.org. And you can find all the details on any 3 of those options.
Thank you so much and have a really wonderful season.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.